Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. Check out our Instagram at Carry and Cut and our Patreon at Carry and Cut. All the proceeds from the Patreon go directly back into the channel to buy new knives and new equipment to hopefully make the quality and the content better for you guys. So we have a pretty cool knife for you guys today. This is the Cold Steel AD-10, and this was designed by Andrew Dimko himself. This is definitely a really cool hard use knife, and I'm excited to get my hands on it. This knife was actually provided by Neil over at the Knight's Edge, so make sure you guys all go over and subscribe to him if you haven't already. He's a super good dude, and he has a great YouTube channel, and he kind of does similar stuff that I do. He likes to disassemble knives, review knives, loves sharpening them, and just all around a good guy, and someone that's good to have in the community. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep this tag right over here, and maybe we'll just keep the sticker in frame there. And make sure you guys go check him out. So, great dude, great channel, and he definitely needs to have some more subscribers. He deserves more than he has already. I think he has like 400 and some, so it'd be pretty cool if some of my subscribers went over there and helped him out. So, and vice versa. I actually sent him some of my knives for him to review and disassemble, or whatever he does to him, doesn't really matter. But I wanted to support him, and he wanted to support me, so it's pretty cool. We just did a little bit of a swap, and of course I'm going to be sending these back to him. So, like I was saying, we have the Cold Steel AD-10. Now, this thing is what really struck my eye. He had a whole big list of his actual knives that he could send over to me, and I really have been wanting to check out these. I know I've had some comments in the descriptions, or comments down in the comment section of some of the videos talking about how they wanted to see the AD-10 and the AD-15, and they want to see the inner workings of it. And I have actually never handled any of these knives, and it is definitely remarkable, the build quality and just the overall presence of these things. I've always thought of Cold Steel as a real nice, reputable brand, and of course nothing to be laughed at or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure these used to be made in America. I know if like the custom ones definitely are, at least Andrew Dimko. I'm pretty sure his custom ones are made in America, but I know these are made in Taiwan. At least this one is, and I have an AD-15 that I'll be doing a video on also. But it's definitely a solid knife, heck of a chunk of a blade right there. So let's go ahead and do some measurements before we get too carried away. We're going to try out the tape measure here. I don't know if you guys are going to like this better, the tape measure, or we got the ruler. So we're going to try the tape measure today. Overall length, we're looking at from the tip to the end of the knife. We're right about 8 3/4 of an inch. The blade is coming in almost to 4 inches. Really, it's about 3 3/4 if you're looking all the way at the top, but if all the way at the butt, it might be about 4 inches. Sharpened edge is going to be 3 3/4 of an inch, so this is a giant, hulk of a knife. It's definitely a full size knife there for sure. We're definitely, not quite there's a half inch. It's definitely over a half inch, not quite 3/4, maybe 5/8 of an inch on the actual thickness of the knife. So it's definitely not small by any stretch of the imagination. How about we go ahead and do get the scale on here, get Miss Carry and Cut's kitchen scale going. All right, so we got that thing zeroed out, and we are at 6.8 ounces. So that's pretty good. This is a giant knife, and it's definitely not claiming to be a small knife. That's pretty cool to see that it still has pretty lightweight vibes to it for how big it is. I do know that these are full length aluminum liners in here, so that's definitely pretty cool to keep the weight down. We have like some 3D. I'm pretty sure this is like a 3D milled G10 scale on it, so it's definitely got some nice contouring on it. It's wider out here in the middle than it is at the top and the bottom, so that's pretty cool. Real nice, ergonomic, comfortable. I'm not exactly sure if you can what this hole is for here. It almost looks like those Midgard Messer knives where you can like thread in a another pin in there to make it where the darn thing definitely won't close on you. Of course, this does have the triad lock on it too, so a lot of people say that's like the strongest lock that you can get on any kind of folding knife, which is pretty cool to see. I've never done any testing with it just yet. I've carried it around. I haven't really beat on it, even though this is a knife that you could definitely beat on. I feel like you could stick this thing to a side of a tree and step on it as a ladder if you wanted to, or at least a step up or anything like that. You could definitely do some batoning with it. This is definitely a knife that you don't have to be afraid of using. Hard, rough and tough work knife. I did take this to work and show a couple of the guys. One of the buddies I work with, he is a tried and true Benchmade fan, and I've been trying to find some knives that are something that he could compare to Benchmade and think that, these could be stronger than. So we're looking at 150 thousandths of the blade stock thickness of S35 VN, which is, of course, going to be a great steel for anything you're going to be doing with it. whether that be, it's going to be a stainless steel, it's going to hold a good edge, and it's going to be, nice and tough too at the same time. So you're not going to worry about this chipping or breaking or anything crazy like that. Look how even robust the tip is on this thing. It is crazy thick, and it's just going to be a great overall user. So let's go ahead and test the action on that thing. It says I have a giant blade on it. The detent feels great. You can flick it right out. We do have dual thumb studs. And this thumb stud is pretty cool too. I like to see this, how it has like the actual flathead screw. So you can get in there with your flathead screwdriver, take your thumb studs out if you'd like to. And people really do some pretty cool customization with this stuff too. So love to see it. It's something this big and it's this easy to actuate is something that's very cool. I mean, heck, even my daughter she could mess with this knife if she wanted to. It's that much ease of manipulation, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons of this thing. While we got it out, let's go ahead and look at the AD-10, another Andrew Dimko design cold steel knife. So that's pretty good size comparison right there. These are definitely somewhat similar. Of course, the AD-15 is going to be a little bit smaller, and stay on the lookout for the review of this one coming up next. And how about, let's go another big knife. How about the Spyderco Endura? So this is even smaller yet. So this is, it's a honking of a knife. And I don't really have anything else that's quite that big. Let's go ahead and look at the PM2. So we're definitely a good bit bigger than the PM2. And how about the Benchmade Presidio 2? This is, another really hard to use, tough work knife. Of course, it's not going to be anything compared to the cold steel AD-10, but it's definitely still, tough in its own right. So, of course, this knife's going to be having a full review coming out for too long also. And then I think that's going to be pretty good for size comparisons. I don't think we really need to compare any small knives to it because it's not in that realm at all. So overall, I think this is going to be a very cool knife for some people. Of course, not everybody wants to carry around a 7-ounce pocket knife. But at the same time, if you were going to go camping or you just, you're a guy that likes, or gal, I'm not going to single anybody out, but someone that likes a really nice, robust, hard-use knife that you're not going to have to worry about breaking. I mean, I bet you could use this thing for 40 years if you wanted to, and you never have any problems with it. We are looking at nylon and phosphor bronze washers in the pivot, so that's going to be pretty cool. You're not going to have to worry about the darn thing getting dirty on you. And, of course, this triad lock is something that is never going to fail on you, so that is another thing to keep in mind. This is going to be kind of one of those forever knives for somebody if you would like to, have one. So this is going to be a good investment. They're $144.95, and like I was saying, they are made in Taiwan, which Taiwan is not the same as China, so a lot of people, want to get that confused. Taiwanese manufacturing is still, very good. A lot of Spyderco's real high-end stuff comes from their Taichung, Taiwan factory. A lot of their titanium frame locks, stuff like that. So don't let that scare you away. Cold Steel is a great company to buy from, and they have really great designers too. So I think that's going to pretty much cover everything on here. The hardware is, of course, we got oversized hardware, oversized thumb studs. We have T10 here in the pivot, T6 everywhere else in the body. And, of course, they have all these pins and studs. The construction is just really overbuilt and burly. So definitely pretty cool to see. Giant pocket clip on it. This is not going to be deep carry, though, which I don't think you really need this thing to be deep carry. But that's about what you got right there. We even do have a hidden lanyard hole over here at the back. So that's pretty cool. Some people like the hidden lanyard, and you can actually swap this clip to left or right. So this is a perfectly ambidextrous knife. I didn't say that before. This is good for lefties and righties with the mid mount or the actual back lock, the triad lock. It's going to be a well versed for either way you want to carry it. But this is going to be a tip up carry also. So I didn't mention that. But all right, guys, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Neil, thank you very much. Everybody, go check out the Knight's Edge. Subscribe to him. Great guy. And until next time, thanks.